Hey guys, welcome back to Sports Cards with Joe
and Doug.
And Doug, we are back in the studio as we've got a lot of news to share about things going on in the industry. Today we're going to focus on the state of grading, what we're seeing, because first of all, we're seeing a lot of cards coming in.
We've been very busy. We're very appreciative.
Yes, we are.
With the prices that they've lowered now, I'm seeing very large submissions coming in for the bulk level. Matter of fact, we just had one for how many? Over 1,000?
We had one submitter send us 1,500 cards. Of course, he did want pre-screening, don't get me wrong, and we screened out hundreds of them and saved him, I don't know how many thousands of dollars over what he might have sent, but we had one submitter send us 1,500 cards, and so we're thankful. Whether you send us one card or you send us 1,500, we're going to give you the exact same quality service, but we're appreciative to those who load us up. Keeps Doug and Eli busy and keeps our whole crew busy sending out emails and communicating, which we'll talk about. But I know some of you are wanting to know, what's turnaround looking like, what's pricing looking like. So right now, of course, we offer CSG, BGS, PSA, and SGC, but far and away, right now, as we talk about this in mid-November, the largest volume we're seeing is PSA followed by SGC. And we're offering the same pricing for both, as low as $19 in quantity for either one of them. And Doug, share our viewers some of the things you've been seeing. I know you screen hundreds and hundreds of cards a day. Some of the stuff you've been seeing lately, people have been sending.
Amazing. I've seen some really amazing cards. I got to tell you, I'm a huge hockey fan, and we got back an OPC Gretzky graded an 8, which was huge, unheard of, and I just stared at it the whole time. I want to befriend the customer that sent that in. That stands out, but just a volume of amazing RPAs and amazing. I've seen more one-of-ones come through my office. Now, those aren't being graded at the bulk level. We still get a lot of submissions across the board for all levels of PSA grading, which is great. I'm very lucky to see all these cards.
I remember we just got back a classic autograph card, the Mantle Griffey dual autograph 94 upper deck that was graded dual service with PSA. We just got back a 84 Star Company Jordan for a customer, graded by PSA. We've seen a lot of vintage graded with SGC lately coming back. We've had a lot of consignments, both PSA and SGC. And if you're not familiar with that, you can go on our websites. We do offer consignment services on graded cards as well. We have a large number of consigners that work with us. And let's talk about turnaround time.
I was just going to say, one of the things that stands out the most to me right now about grading is the turnaround time. I complained and whined a lot about my cards from pre-shutdown taking almost 2 years to get here. Well, that's not the case anymore.
No.
Bulk, they're advertising, they're telling us 150 days turnaround. We haven't had one bulk go to 150 days, maybe 120. Averaging around 4 months on our bulk orders. That's what they're saying we should get on our value orders, and those are coming in between 3 and 4 months. So the turnaround time is amazing right now, especially coming from where we had been prior to the shutdown. So it's very exciting. They come back very quickly. Seems like as soon as I get an order out, it seems like it's coming right back. I can remember screening the submissions a lot better now, seeing these 10s coming back, just an abundance of 10s and 9s. But it's great to see some of my pre-screening and the results of it. I'm glad to be able to help.
Yeah. And regarding that turnaround, kudos to Nat Turner and the whole crew at PSA, because I love to be able to tell our customers, here's their estimate, but they've consistently been beating the estimate, rather than here's the estimate, and it may be a few months longer than that, which is what we had to say a year ago. But, or I guess I should say after once things were shut down, there was nothing to say, but saying that things were much slower than projected back then. But now they're beating those estimates. Sometimes, like you said, sometimes a bulk level, which is their cheapest and slowest service, is coming back as quickly as the estimates on value service, which is the next tier. So all great to see. And so we want to encourage you, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, PSA, SGC are both under $20 now in quantity. If you just want to do 20 cards, it's $20 a card. And one thing unique that we offer that a lot of other group submitters don't offer is, with those two being at the same price point right now, you can even mix and match. If you say, I've got a handful for PSA, a handful for SGC, can I qualify for those quantity discounts? With GotBaseballCards.com, you can. We have a quantity discount at 20 and a quantity discount at 40. You can mix and match those two services. And so, just one more thing we try to offer. And a warning, too, if you're sitting on the sidelines, I've been very honored and blessed to be a part of the new movie Behind the Card, which is an inside look at the sports card industry. It's going to be hitting multiple major metropolitan cities on the 18th. It's also going to be streaming on Apple TV. And with movies come publicity.
A lot more people are going to know about Joe and our operation after this full-length motion picture that's coming out to theaters on Friday, November 18th. Joe is a big part of that movie. I haven't seen it yet, but very excited to be able to see it.
Yeah, we actually get to share a segment where Jeff Wilson and I educate viewers about grading. And so I was very honored that their director, Chris Fitzgerald, asked me to be a part of the movie and to have a segment to help educate consumers on grading. And so we discuss, I won't give it all away. I want you to see it. Behind the Cards.
No spoilers.
No huge streaming spoilers. On Apple TV. And no, I'm not getting royalties from it, but it's a great movie. It is an award-winning movie. So
I just think it's exciting, Joe. When we were shown on WSB TV not that long ago, created a lot of people calling and talking, and it really, I mean, it's amazing how much attention you can get. This is across the U.S. in movie theaters. I have a feeling we're going to be pretty busy come
globally, anywhere Apple TV streams.
Absolutely. And we do. That's another point, is that it is unbelievable the amount of countries and foreign places that submit cards through us. As a matter of fact, we had a submitter fly here from France the other day to personally bring his cards to us.
Second time. Yeah.
Second time.
Yeah. Now, don't get us wrong. He does have other things going on in the States, but I'm writing up his form. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm from France. I'm like, do what? I'm like, we've had people fly in from California. We've had people fly in from Washington State to us near Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm like, okay, so you flew across the country to bring us your cards. We had one lady fly in to bring us 2 Jordan rookies. I'm like, the mail does work, but hey, if that's what you want to do.
That's right.
But he said, well, I'm doing other stuff while I'm here. He said, but I'll fly back when my cards are back. So I thought that was really cool. So whether you're in France, whether you're down the street from us, we will help you out with grading.
Yes. You don't have to fly to us, even though we would love to see you.
Yeah.
You can send them from anywhere in the country. And if you have some cards you're considering sending, I'd say you might want to do that sooner than later, because, again, I feel like we're going to be inundated with inquiries coming up next week. Yeah. Very excited.
Which is great. Doug, for those who may be watching for the first time, share a little bit with them about our process, because let's take them, but let's pull the curtain back. And give them an idea. You and Eli and our communications team handle the day-to-day of processing the cards. Give them a feel from the time it comes in the door, what's the process?
I don't know if we have enough time in this video to do all that, but very quickly, first the package comes in and we open it and we count.
Under camera.
Under camera, thank you. And we count the cards and we make sure that the cards that you say are on your form were in the package, and then we send out an initial email explaining your package has arrived. We will let you know. If you've asked for pre-screening, we will let you know the pre-screening results. Then it goes, if you've asked for pre-screening, it goes into our pre-screening department, which usually takes about 24 hours. Right now, we're still keeping up with doing it the same day, basically. What we look for, we look to make sure that we catch any imperfections you may have missed that could cause the grade to be substantially lower than you might want. So we're doing this under very high-powered lighting in the dark, And it is unbelievable how much the imperfections stand out when you do it that way. I was very lucky and had a very nice submitter personally come in, had some cards. I went upstairs to screen them, and halfway through it I thought, you know, I'm going to bring him up here and let him see what I do. And so in the dark with the customer, I'm looking at his cards, and I said, you know, one of the things that we catch are fingerprints. Fingerprints can cause grades to be less. So he said to me, I took care of fingerprints. The first card I look at looks like he was being arrested and had a giant fingerprint on it. And I showed him, and he saw it in my lighting, and he was like, oh my gosh, I cleaned all, oh, I can't believe that's still on there. And then the next card, fingerprints. He had already tried to clean them. My point is, we're able to see these things the way we do our pre-screening and under the lights. It just helps so much. It stands out. It's shocking how some of the scratches and fingerprints come out.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're looking for that type of, in the pre-screening process, we're looking for that, those imperfections, which after doing it for so long, they're almost very easy to identify.
Right. And of course, one of the other huge things is, even before drilling down that far, is checking for counterfeits. Because we've had how many fake Jordans? I mean, I think we average 5 fake Jordans a week now, it feels like. There's so many. And I think how much they were going to pay to grade that card. And we're like, hey, sorry, your card's fake. It's not going to cost you anything. It's hundreds of dollars per card.
Absolutely. I mean, a Jordan, if you think it's real, you've got to send it in at a $110, $180 level, and they don't give you that money back when it's not authentic, as they call it. So
we do. We don't charge you for it. Yeah, I even had a number of counterfeit star cards that I caught. We had, there's so many new iterations of star cards that people are trying to get through at PSA. And so we're still learning some of those. We know a lot of them, but we caught some fake star cards. And so I'm getting us off task. Let's hop back in. Once the cards are pre-screened, next step.
We notify you of what we feel would be the best way to proceed. We feel like these cards should not be graded. We feel like these cards should be graded. We look for the after graded value to know what level to put it in, because that's what PSA uses. They use the after graded value. So if you get a 10 on a silver Luca Prism, they're going to charge it at the level that was appropriate with, and even if you send it in at a $55 economy level, it may, with the value of the card, it may now be up to an express level, and they will charge us that. The best thing that we can do is identify the estimated grade and put it in the appropriate level, because you're going to pay it anyway. It'll just get it back sooner if you get it in those higher levels.
Right. There's no need to, as we said, there's no need to pay for a service you're not receiving. And if you say, well, I've got this $1,000 card, just send it at the bulk level. Like, we can put it on there and put $199, but the thing is, once they've graded it and it's worth the $1,000, you're going to get billed like it's the higher level, but it's still going to come back with that bulk order, so you get the slower service. So yeah, as I said, we try to land it in the right place. That's part of our service, to help figure out what level the card should be submitted at. And we have plenty of customers just send us cards and say, hey, help me pick a company, help me pick a service level, and we handle all of that. We are logistic experts on grading. That's what we do. Been doing it for 24 years now. With PSA and SGC and with BGS since they started in 2000. So we handle all of that. So
I have to emphasize that overall, the best part of our process is communication. Communication. These are your cards. We want to give you, we're not forcing any of our thoughts down and making you do what we say. By far, just the opposite. We want to make sure you're happy. We want to tell you what we think. We want to hear back and say, no, go ahead and grade this one. Don't grade that one. Are you sure? You know, anyway, communication is so important. And I'm very glad we have the staff here that is awesome at it. Eli does most of the emails for the pre-screening, and we like the back and forth. When I had the customer in my office, We wish that you were here with us so that we could do them one at a time. And so for the last 10 cards, I'd say, no, this is going to be about this level. And he said, well, go ahead and send that anyway. And I know he was sitting right there, and it was easy to say that. But we want you to feel it's that easy to say to us. We're not trying to be all-knowing. We just want to try to give you our experience to help you with your grading, to make sure that you're enjoying this hobby, because we love the hobby.
Absolutely.
And we think we're in a great place right now in the hobby. And so we're very excited to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. So as Doug's pointing out, our goal is to make the best recommendations, but you're the final say. We had, I remember once Eli had one where we pre-screened a bunch out. He told the customer, he was like, just grade them all anyway. So that's your choice. They're your cards. It's your money you're spending and investing. So
don't feel like we go, well, why did we do that? Why did we waste our time if he was going to grade it anyway? Honestly, I'm telling you this, you just gave us more money. You just graded more cards. I'm happy that you're spending even more money. If we reject cards and you say grade them, now it's all, when it comes back a 7 and I said, you know, it might be a 7, you know that.
Yeah, we've already prepared you
so
for what to expect.
We tend to disappoint people on the front end, but we'd way rather do that than disappoint people on the back end. So again, we thank you, really, we do. We take care of your cards. We have cameras everywhere. Not this camera, but we have cameras, and I love the cameras.
We're the Fort Knox of the card industry. Yeah. If you're coming in the store, you're going out the store, if you're anywhere in the store, you're on camera.
Yeah, I'd almost, Joe, there are some businesses that just have a 24/7 live feed. I'm telling you, you put a GoPro on me while I'm going through these unbelievable cards. There's privacy issues that we probably can't do that, but I think you guys would be amazed at some of the stuff that I do and how much I take care of your precious cards, because I am a collector. My cards are very precious to me.
Yeah, and when your cards come back, well, first of all, while they're out at the grading companies, we send regular updates. Let's with PSA specifically, as your order progresses through their system, we send out regular updates. Any information they provide us, we provide that to you.
Yeah. And then communication is really beyond all others. We give you communication, and that's really what we need to do, and we're glad to do it.
Yeah. And then once they're back, within 24 hours of your cards coming back, usually it's the very same day, depending on how many thousands we got back on any given day.
Almost 1,000 yesterday, Joe.
So, but within 24 hours, once the cards are here, you're communicated with. We let you know the cards are here. We arrange payment, shipping. You can determine how much insurance you want to add on the shipment, etc. So, from beginning to the time they're shipped back, your cards are handled well. You were communicated with well. I'm so proud of my team. They do such a fantastic job communicating, pre-screening, handling, shipping.
I told you when we started this, it was going to be a long video.
I know.
We have a lot. We do a lot. Eli was even going through all that we do, and he even surprised himself, because we've been doing it now for quite a while. It's just natural for us the way our process works.
Think through it. So, and one of the other things we do is try to provide you great content here on YouTube. So if you like what you've seen today, we hope you will like this video. We hope you'll subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And if you need more information on grading, you can just go to our website, GotBaseballCards.com. That's GOTBaseballCards.com. And if you're looking for graded cards, we have hundreds or maybe thousands. I don't know how many we have listed right now, but probably thousands. But if you go in our eBay store, you can just search seller Got Baseball Cards. We have a wide variety of singles on there, from a few dollars up to about 20,000 right now. So lots of great things you can buy from us. And so we hope you'll be back for more videos, more with Joe and Doug. And again, check out our new movie, Behind the Card, in theaters now. Also streaming on Apple TV, Behind the Card. I was very blessed to get to be a part of it. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Signing off for Joe.
And Doug.